The education system is cooked and everybody knows it, but nobody seems to be doing anything about it. There's a list of amazing growing alternatives for, the education of young children. Many amazing emerging alternatives. But, for young people from the age of 16 to the mid-20s who know university is not the path for them, there's not a great deal of options except for go study something at university that you're kind of being told to study, or go get a job that you're not super inspired to do. And I felt that same restriction at the age of 14. I felt myself inside of 3 different schools inside of 1 year. And I knew I wasn't going to fit this sort of default mold that was set out in front of me. At the end of the day, I couldn't see a path, already created that I could fit into. So, I've decided to kind of create my own path. And in this video, I'm gonna, share and outline the method that I'm using to pursue, my own education apart from, the current systems and institutions. Self-determined, self-led education. So, what is an education in the world? What is self-led education? What the hell is Jay doing in Mexico? So since 2017, I've been pursuing what I've called an education in the world. See, I looked around and I decided that the teachers that had been assigned to me by default in the school system were vastly inadequate for the things that I wanted to do. And the experiences that I was being told or pushed into to experience were also inadequate for the experience and the knowledge and the life that I wanted to live. I decided that I was not going to take these default teachers in the school system or the university system, and I was going to go out there and have my own experience. Since 2017, I've been traveling the world. I've traveled to 58 countries, seeking out amazing teachers, knowledge, experiences that I knew I was never going to get inside of a university. The purpose of this was, to provide myself with my own education, to keep learning, to develop myself in all areas, but not in the system, not in the traditional way, because I knew it wasn't for me, it was inadequate, and I wanted so much more. And my ideas around education are always evolving, but in this video, I wanted to explain the model for what I'm calling an education in the world. To start with, when I think about my education, I want to be empowered in all areas of my life. I don't want to be one-sided. I've seen a lot of people, achieve financial business success at the cost of family and social or health. And I've also seen people, on the other end of the spectrum that are very socially empowered and have amazing health, but are always restricted by finances. And I want to be well-rounded. And I love the idea of being a polymath and being empowered in physically, intellectually, spiritually, in business, having amazing relationships. And I'm not interested in just mastering one area, but I want to have to create something pretty amazing in each area of my life. Secondly, I believe in the master apprenticeship relationship for growth. It's like the oldest system of the transfer of knowledge from a master, somebody who has learned a particular thing, passing it down to the next generation. So when I'm looking at developing one of these areas of my life, I want to seek out somebody who has mastered that particular thing and not learning from somebody who's only taught about it or spoken about it. But if I can witness that they have what I want in a particular area of my life, I will gravitate towards those sort of people. Secondly, I don't want to take anyone's word for it. There's a beautiful poem by Walt Whitman called Song of Myself, and one of my favorite parts of that poem is, "You shall no longer take things at a second or third hand, nor look through the eyes of the dead, nor feed on the spectrum books. You shouldn't look through my eyes either, nor take things from me, but you shall listen to all sides and filter them for yourself." And so as I'm approaching, and going on this journey, and I'm not just interested in books or just interested in the words people have to say, but I must have my own experience. And if somebody says something, I will try and find it to be true for me, but maybe it won't be. And that's the importance of having my own experience as well. And not just purely studying in books. So this journey is for sure, it's an intellectual journey, but it's so much more than that. And finally, our worldview will obviously shape how we go on the journey of education, and so does mine. So I don't have any hard and fast ideas around greater meaning or God or spirituality, but I am going on this journey with an understanding that I believe that there is something more than just a purely materialistic universe. So that will shape some of the areas of study and how I approach this journey. I believe inner world does create our outer world, and I believe that there's more than we can see. So that's going to shape, some of the things that I do and go after experiencing. And so the plan going forward from here, and what it has been for some time, is, to seek out people, mentors, experiences for the development of all areas of my life: spiritual, religious, psychedelic, intellectual, philosophical, financial, business, vocational, social, family, physical vitality and well-being, and intimate relationships with myself and others. And I will be traveling the world at the same time. So 58 countries so far, but I'm currently based in Mexico City and plan over the next couple of years to continue this journey throughout Central, South America, and the world. And I believe, getting out of one's own sort of like hometown is a super important part of this, because, I think what I realized once I left my hometown is that so many of my ideas were just a product of my environment. So many of my subconsciously held beliefs were just a product of the environment. And I feel like getting out of that has been and will continue to be a super important part of this journey in pursuing my own further education. We live in the age of Alexandria, where the Library of Alexandria is at our fingertips. Everything that we need to learn to live an amazing, empowered life is, on the internet. And I truly believe it is, the desire to learn, that is scarce. And if we truly want something, we can gain the skills, the knowledge. And I feel like a lot of people, and myself included in the past, is just looking for somebody to tell them what to do. So this journey is flipping that on the head, and it's going out and seeking answers for yourself and deciding what you want, and then going out and getting it. I think one of the big core problems with what I found with traditional education is that you get to the age of 16 to 18 and you've got these career counselors and these people trying to push you into a particular path. And it's wrong for so many reasons. But I feel like the core problem is you're being asked to make big decisions, taking on debt, a lot of debt for an education, before you've gone internally to ask the big questions about what you want with your life. How can you decide what you want to do with your life before you even know yourself, before you've had the chance to really experience yourself as an individual outside of your family, the school system, your local community? So a big part of this is getting out of that environment so you can have the time and space to ask yourself the question of, who am I? What do I want? Before signing on the dotted line for a $200,000 university degree. So it also brings me to another point of, how am I funding this adventure? How am I being able to travel the world indefinitely, financially? So obviously a big part of this journey has been building an online business and getting an online income, working remotely. So that is a key piece of this puzzle, which I'll talk about more later, but it's never been easier for young people to earn an online income or remote income, either as a worker, as a job for a business in a Western country, or by starting your own business. There's never been so much opportunity, and the path is pretty clear there. Not easy, but very possible. Sweet, so what does the plan look like practically, going forward? Well, for this year, I'm living here in Mexico City in La Condesa, trying to learn Spanish. And the plan is to do trips all throughout Central and South America. So we have some stuff planned to go to Peru, some stuff in Guatemala and through Central. I've got my eyes on a few interesting people I'm trying to meet up with, and so we're working on that. But most importantly, I guess I'm abiding to these principles I've spoken to above, but letting life lead me and seeing what opportunities, kind of come my way. Because I know that, once you're on the path, you begin to see it everywhere. And once you start to pursue something, you attract the right people and experiences. So that's a big part of what's happening, that I'm trusting that I'm going to get exactly what I need this year. And hey, if you want to follow along, I've just launched the soon-to-be fastest growing community of people seeking an education in the world, self-directed, self-led learning. So if you want to join a community, people that align with these ideas and are pursuing this path alongside me, with me, or helping each other, because it's better together, then click the link in the description, and yeah, you can also start your own education in the world.